All right, here's a real high-level explanation of how Google Ads, Google Search Ads, and Google Display Ads work for your business, how they're basically set up, and um, how the process of being displayed on the search engine actually works. So to start, we put in a search query. So I put in delivery services, and up top here, you can see 4 results with the ad symbol beside it, written beside it. And then down below here, as we scroll down through the search results, we'll see all kinds of different elements within the search engine page. And then down below here, we can also see more ads. So here's a local courier company here. And there's their ad. We can see it's an ad. We can tell it's an ad because it says ad right next to it. So you'll know it is an advertisement. So these are Google's search ads. They literally show up when end users uh, directly put in the search engine field and search for your service or your product. So how do you show up here? It's a bidding system. So it's an auction, essentially. It's an online real-time auction. There are a number of factors, and we could go into that in an entirely different video and much deeper. That factors that play into how you end up showing up here. But basically, that comes down to the website and the content on the website that is being directed to, that the advertisement is being linked to, and how relevant that content on the website matches the actual search query that's being performed up here. That's one of the biggest factors. Another factor is indeed how much budget you have allocated or attributed to your ad campaign, and it compares that to the amount of competition that is in your industry category or your topic, and it will show up your ad based on what kind of a budget that you have allocated to your campaign. And that in itself is a topic all on its own as well. So essentially what happens is when someone is putting in their search query, and you can see in real time, the algorithm, the search engine is looking and trying to predict what you are going to search for. And then when you hit your enter key, you will then be displayed these advertisements. And you can see the last search query I did for the exact same query was 4 ads up here, and now it's only 2. So this is an ongoing changing system. It's never exactly the same way twice. So your ad will show up based on how well your website is designed, what kind of user experience the website has. So is it a nice, easier, clean user experience that gets traffic to where they want to be to find that relevant content based on their search query? And also, as I mentioned, the budget and a number of different factors that come into play, how your text ad is actually written, the titles that you're using, and so how all of that's optimized as well, and all the settings within that, how you have selected to be geo-concatenated, what geographics are you targeting for, how high of competition there is for your industry, for your business, within those categories, within those geographics. So there's a lot of elements that come into play, but essentially Google search ads show up when people search for your product or your service every day, as long as you have a budget allocated and your campaign is turned on. So display ads work a little bit differently. Display ads are visual banners, and you'll typically find those in other blog articles when people are researching. For example, I'll pull up a blog article here. So I jumped onto a local newspaper in Vancouver, Georgia Strait, and you can see all of these ads showing up here. So these ads are directed at me. These are retargeting display ads, but we can also have display ads that generally reach a geographic range based on a list of keywords that we want to show up in. So people will not have to have gone to your website. So there's two different kinds of main display ads there. Ads that reach people that have never landed on your website before. They don't necessarily know who you are. And we are targeting people based on the kinds of research and searching that they're doing on their computer. And then we show your ads up. So if we've had anyone for instance, courier and delivery services, if we've had anyone doing any kind of research or jumping on to other courier websites, looking for rates perhaps, and then they start surfing the internet in a variety of different ways, not necessarily looking directly for these products or services at that time, those ads can now begin displaying and showing up in front of those users. So for example, I use the tool SEMrush. It's a tool that I actually use for our search engine optimization services. And so SEMrush advertises to me on a regular basis, even though I am still a customer, but they use retargeting systems because I'm on their website. They're showing me their ads. Now, SEMrush doesn't necessarily, they pay for these ads, but it doesn't cost a lot to reach me in this particular moment. You can also set your campaigns so that the pay is per click as well. So we don't, SEMrush doesn't pay for that advertisement until someone clicks on that ad. So there's a few different ways to set that up. I use QuickBooks. So QuickBooks is advertising me as well because I'm always on their website. So Squarespace is advertising me. I'm not on Squarespace. So this is more of a general advertisement that knows that I do research within website design and online advertising and these kinds of things. So Squarespace is likely advertising to me based on the keywords that I would use online. So it's not a retargeting ad in this case because I haven't been on Squarespace in years, as far as I can recall. So that's how your Google display ads work. So they run on websites within the Google network, and they'll also run on sites like YouTube, but then just a huge network of websites in general. Okay, so that's a basic overview on how display ads work.